In the annals of history, the Portuguese emerged as the first European traders to set foot in India. Establishing settlements along the coastline, they masterfully dominated the spice trade through a combination of treaties and military conflicts with local kings. This aggressive expansion of influence laid the groundwork for subsequent European powers, altering the trajectory of trade and politics in the region. Building on this foundation, the British East India Company's foray into India commenced in 1608. Their initial trade efforts ushered in a remarkable degree of economic control over Indian resources. Capitalizing on existing rivalries among the Indian rulers, they strategically fortified their position, enhancing their influence and access to valuable goods. Yet, the road to success was fraught with challenges. Mughal Emperor Jahangir initially viewed the British with skepticism, showing preference for Portuguese traders who contributed substantial taxes to his empire. This favoritism created a barrier, limiting the operational freedom of the British East India Company within India and compelling them to navigate a complex political landscape. In response to these challenges, the East India Company encountered fierce competition, particularly from Portuguese traders. This rivalry was not merely economic but also military, as conflicts emerged that would shape the company's trading strategies. It became increasingly clear that a military presence was essential for securing trade routes and maintaining dominance in the region. The appointment of Sir Thomas Roe as a diplomat in 1615 marked a pivotal moment for the East India Company. His diplomatic endeavors laid the groundwork for improved trade relations with the Mughal Empire, gradually opening the doors for the company to gain the permissions necessary for its operations, thus altering its fate in the subcontinent. A significant turning point came in 1670 when King Charles II issued a decree that granted the East India Company expansive trading rights, coupled with the authority to govern territories. This monumental shift significantly bolstered the company's power and influence in India, setting the stage for further expansion. Yet, with initial permission secured, the East India Company's aggressive expansion under Governor Joja Child ignited rising tensions with the Mughal authorities. His blatant disregard for local laws exacerbated the existing conflicts, marking a period of escalating friction between the two powers. In response to the company's defiance, the Mughal Empire, under the leadership of Shahista Khan, retaliated by imposing higher taxes and preparing for military confrontation. This strategic move aimed to reassert control over Bengal's lucrative trade, highlighting the intensifying struggle between the two entities. However, after suffering a setback in confrontation, the East India Company found itself compelled to negotiate terms with the Mughal Empire. This negotiation culminated in a temporary halt to their aggressive expansion, signaling a shifting power balance within India that echoed throughout the region. In the wake of the defeat of Siraj-ud-Daulah, the British took decisive action by installing Mir Jafar as a puppet Nawab. This maneuver solidified their control in Bengal, initiating a wave of British influence that began to permeate across India, restructuring the power dynamics of the region. The Battle of Buxar in 1764 served as a stark illustration of the inability of Indian rulers to unite against the formidable East India Company. Despite attempts at forming alliances, they struggled to overcome British military superiority, revealing the extent of their challenges. The Treaty of Allahabad in 1765 formalized British control over Bengal, granting them the direct authority to collect taxes. This pivotal moment in British colonial rule marked a significant step in the consolidation of their power in India, reshaping the historical landscape. In subsequent years, the Second Anglo-Maratha War showcased the British decisively defeating the Marathas and installing Raghunath Rao as Peshwa. This victory not only underscored British military superiority but also exemplified their relentless pursuit of control over the Indian subcontinent. The introduction of the doctrine of lapse in 1848 represented a calculated strategy that enabled the British to annex states lacking male heirs, significantly augmenting their territorial control in India. This policy further illustrated their imperial ambitions and the methods employed to achieve them. The revolt of 1857, ignited by a multitude of grievances, exemplified a turning point in India's quest for independence. It united disparate Indian factions against British rule, marking a crucial moment in the nation's struggle and foreshadowing the challenges that lay ahead.